Dr. Lammers?
Hey, Miss Cole, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you today?
I'm doing very good.
You know, Dr. Lammers, a couple weeks ago we did a video for GAP
Yes, ma'am.
talking about the students' transcripts. I think it was great. The kids started asking questions and saying, hey, took some ownership.
Yes, ma'am.
I know there's some other important information that
Yes,
these
ma'am.
kids need to know.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you're the one to answer the questions.
Well, transcripts are huge, but yeah, there are other things that the EOC exams, for instance.
Can we sit
Yes,
down and
ma'am.
talk
Yeah,
about
let's
it?
do that. Why
I'm
don't
gonna
you
shut
close
the
the
door.
door?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you know, it's a coincidence that you're asking me about this.
Yeah?
Because just yesterday, we distributed these notices to students in their English classes, and they have the dates that students are scheduled to take their EOC exams, either in December or in the spring. And was a report for each student, and it's based on the best information we have. If there's a date on there, then that student needs to write it on
Like
their
this
calendar.
one?
They'll be, yes, ma'am. That's when they're going to take their end of course exams.
Okay.
Really important.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
What if, like, I knew I took the test, but
Uh-huh.
it's got like a date on there.
Yes, ma'am. Well, if a student has a specific question on it, they can certainly refer to their counselors.
Counselor.
The purpose of this form was to notify students of dates that we were certain about.
Perfect.
So it should be very accurate. The X is on there. There may be, if we didn't have 100% certainty, well, we've got an X on there now, but we're going to be updating these. We're going to be
Great.
updating these.
This is
on a
helpful. I
regular
love
basis.
that.
Yes, ma'am.
I love
You know,
that.
when you ask about important things, they've got to pass. They've got to meet this minimum expectation on those tests. The EOC, it's important because of that.
Yeah.
It's a graduation requirement.
One of the things they have to do.
One of the things I have to do to graduate. You know, and it's interesting that we're talking about that too, because I've been thinking about it a lot. You know, I'm confident, without a doubt, I'm certain that every student in here wants to be a success. Every student at Grand Prairie High School wants to be a success.
Yes.
And I'm confident that they can be. And that what that means, you're a high school student, you want to earn your high school diploma. Can I show you something about what was going through my mind? I'm going to show you real quick.
Yes.
So every student in our building needs a high school diploma. They have a common problem.
Yeah.
Every student needs their high school diploma. And you know, on the surface of it, it's a lot of work, it's complicated, but really, I'm thinking about it, it's really boils down to they need two things. Students need two things.
Yeah.
They need their credits, and they need to meet the standard on the EOC exams.
Right.
They have 5 EOC exams. They got to meet the standard on each one, and they need about 26 credits. Their counselors can help them on the exact credits.
Right.
They've got to get these in order to get this diploma. Getting the credits and meeting the standard on the EOC isn't all that hard too. There's one thing in common that you have to do. You have to be here at school.
Right.
You have to be in attendance.
Yes.
And there's a law in Texas. It's the 90% rule. You have to be in school at least 90% of the time. So that's a big chunk of the battle. Come to school every day. Plan to be here every day. If you miss a few days, you're okay. And if you miss a lot of days, you need to make an adjustment because it's not going to work. You got to come to school. You've got to have your grades. And you know, we're going to talk more about that in a minute, but our students are capable of earning the credits in their class.
Absolutely.
And more often than not, we're seeing students lose their credit even though they've got passing grades because of attendance. There's a relationship between coming to school and getting the grades. But the grades in every class that you're in, they're important. You need them in order to graduate. And then you need to participate in class. Because participate in class, that's going to make the difference on the end of course exams. Your teachers know what you need in order to be a success on the exams. Participate in the lessons, and you're going to learn, and you're going to be successful. Can I share something with you? I want to talk a little bit about growth and fixed mindset, because this is a thing that I've found in not just young people, but adults too.
Right.
You know, they get stuck in this idea that, oh, well, I can't be successful. But the truth is, research says that that our mind our brain is kind of like a muscle. The more we exercise it, the more capacity it has. Growth versus fixed. And that being said, we need to adopt a mindset. We need to be thinking about what can I do
to grow,
to be a success.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily, you're not just born smart. really it's more about hard work and applying yourself.
Yeah.
What is a growth mindset? We can liken the theory of growth and fixed mindset to the story of the tortoise and the hare. To have a fixed mindset means to believe one's basic abilities, intelligence, and talents are just fixed traits. A growth mindset means that you understand that talents and abilities can be developed through effort, practicing, and persistence. People with a fixed mindset often develop and peak before their peers, appearing to be more intelligent and successful than everyone else. However, this is a dangerous trap to fall into. The moment we believe that success is determined by an ingrained level of ability, we will be brittle in the face of adversity. This is what happens to the hare. The tortoise, however, with a growth mindset, continues to power through and work hard, overtaking the hare eventually and winning the race. Nice one, Terry.
Thanks, narrator.
You're welcome, Terry. How many of us think ourselves as not maths people, or creative, or sociable, or athletic? If we are to fulfill our potentials, we have to start thinking differently. We are not chained or bound to our current abilities. Take this tree, for example. It needs to be fed with lots of minerals and food for it to grow, just like you do. By continuing to nurture and care for this tree, it can grow taller and stronger than other trees. The trunk and branches will literally explode with growth, just like your brain. Your brain is malleable and physically can change size and grow. Even more so at a young age, the activity and growth of the brain during your short teenage years is phenomenal. So how do you do this? Well, there's no shortcut or secret solution. It's as simple as hard work, commitment, and perseverance. In any chosen field or career path, you are certain to have some level of failure at one point. But at each pitfall we come across, you must learn to overcome it. There is a popular movie quote that goes like this: "Why do we fall, Bruce? So we can learn to pick ourselves back up." Batman wasn't born with any superpowers, abilities, or talents, and just as Gotham's Dark Knight understood, he had to train relentlessly to succeed. So must you. Right now, these fixed mindset learners might be ahead of others, but they are afraid of failure. And when they reach the peak that they're comfortable with, they'll just stay there. They will never reach their full potential. Failure is the most essential step to success, and as the growth mindset continues to improve, they will overtake the rest. If you feel like you're in a fixed mindset, don't lose hope, because there is a lot we can do to change that. But start by listening to our fixed mindset voice, and when you hear it, talk back with a growth mindset voice. If you hear "I can't do it," add "yet." Fixed mindsets can change. So what mindset are you in?
Wow, Dr. Lammers, what a powerful video.
Well, that's good stuff. You know,
It
we need to
is.
be thinking about how we can change our own future. We need to take ownership, and not just you and me, but all the kids here.
Yeah.
You know, we should have a goal,
Yes.
and we need to believe that we can do it.
Because I know they can do it. I know they can.
And you know, believing's half the battle.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
certainly is. And applying yourself's the other half of the battle.
Yes.
So you show up every day and be focused on your goal.
Yes.
And believe that you can do it.
Have a growth mindset, absolutely.
You know, and in high school we talked about the EOC for a minute, and the
Yeah.
EOC is a very important assessment because
Right.
it's a graduation requirement.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of people aren't aware that it's a college readiness exam too. You know, colleges are looking at the scores on that test. Even employers can look at your score on your EOC, and the higher the score, the better the indicator it is of future success. And in high school, as a matter of fact, I wrote down here the PSAT, SAT, ACT, TSI. You know, it's a lot of letters.
A lot of
Not
initials.
everybody, I know it is, but those are all the names of exams
Yeah.
that are very important exams that some of them our students are required to take, some of them it's optional, but all of them are college readiness exams. Students need to show up and apply themselves the best they can on test day.
Now the slip of paper they got yesterday,
Yes, ma'am.
that told the kids what dates they have to test.
Yes, ma'am.
So they need to show up that day.
They need to be prepared. And,
Yeah, and I know
maybe the days in December, and maybe there's like 45 days until the test.
Yeah, until now,
Well,
yeah.
they need to be seeking out opportunities, and there'll be some information coming about tutoring and other types of support to prep for the
Yeah, I
EOC.
know we have ELC tutorials.
Teachers in
going
the
on.
classrooms
Yeah,
are doing stuff,
Okay,
so
good.
it's all going to help them be successful.
Great.
And you know, one of the best tools, and maybe on the PSAT or SAT or EOC you don't get the best score the first
Right.
time you take it, you can take them again.
Yeah.
And the best preparation for being successful is your failed EOC scores. So even a failure is not, it's a step towards achieving your goal.
Right. So in other words, say I wasn't successful on one of my tests.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
teachers can like dig in and find out what I didn't do so well on, right?
Yeah, they can look at your test and see exactly
Yeah.
what your area is that you need to focus
That's
on.
powerful data, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's good stuff.
Good stuff.
But you know, you go back to that video, it's like, what mindset are you in? And once again, I can't emphasize that enough.
Yeah.
You need to adopt a mindset that I can
do
this.
it.
And whether it be your goal is your high school diploma, or it's some future career you want, or if it's a family, or whatever it is, you need to
Yeah.
focus on your goal and
Go
apply
get it.
yourself, and it's going to happen. Yes,
Absolutely.
ma'am. I'm thinking of a quote from Abraham Lincoln
Yeah.
that I had heard. In fact, yeah. Oh, the best way to predict the future is to create it.
I love that.
Think about that. Right now, you have an opportunity to create
Create my
your
own future.
future.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. And this is the right place to do it.
GP, no
Yes,
doubt.
ma'am.
Dr. Lammers, thank
Yes,
you so
ma'am.
much. Let's get this stuff out to the kids. What do you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do it. Let's do
Thanks. Appreciate you.
Guys, what kind of mindset do you have?
Hey Sarah, did you know that this month was Suicide Prevention Month?
No, I didn't know that, Jasmine. How could I get more information?
Let's watch this video.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again.
You are loved. You are precious.
You are worthy of love.
You matter. You are someone's most important person. You are strong. You are beautiful. You are important. You are valued.
You cannot be replaced.
So stay here with us.
Stay here. Stay here. Stay here.
Stay here.
Stay here.
Stay here. Stay here.
Stay here.
Stay here.
Stay here. Stay here.
Stay here.
Stay here. Stay here.